Welcome to the Streets.mn podcast, the show where we highlight how transportation and land use can make our communities better places. Coming to you from beautiful Seward, Minneapolis, Minnesota, I am your host, Ian R. Buck. Today we're featuring an episode from Nice Games Club, a fellow Minneapolis podcast. They feature discussions on a variety of game development topics. Occasionally, they do a Nice Game Jam, where they are given a prompt and spend the episode coming up with a game to fit it. They recently did a Nice Game Jam that is right up the alley of the Streets.mn community. So without further ado, I'll hand you off to Nice Games Club.
From Noble Robot on East Hennepin Avenue in traditional Minneapolis, this is Nice Games Club, the show where nice game devs talk gaming and game development. Ellen Burns-Johnson is in a meeting right now, but otherwise makes nice games. I'm Steve McGregor, and I make nice games.
And I'm Arthur Croy, I too make nice games.
For this week's episode, it's not just another Nice Games Jam. We've invited repeat guests, Twin Cities game developers Beth and Andy Korth, to help us come up with a complete game that you can play by the end of the episode. Will it work? We and you are about to find out. And so, if anyone ready, let's start.
You almost got the whole thing in.
It's so long. Welcome, Beth and Andy.
You.
So, first things first.
Yes.
It's warm in Minneapolis.
It is. This is rare.
Which is a weird.
Well, it's not that rare.
Well, it's going to be freezing again next week.
Yeah,
Don't worry
it's
about
rare
it.
for April, I guess is what I should say.
But it's like in the 60s.
Yeah,
60s
it is.
Fahrenheit.
It's almost 70 degrees. Like,
Makes no
I
sense.
have my fan here.
It's
hot.
it's like almost 70 degrees and there's still snow on the ground.
Mhm.
Like,
Yep.
that's how quickly the weather has changed.
Minnesota's wild, you know?
Very strange. But only in the shade.
Yeah. But it is nice.
I'm back from GDC, although
Welcome back.
listeners will have heard a couple episodes that we recorded before GDC
Mm-hmm.
with me on them, calendar math and so forth.
Yes.
So yeah, getting back into the swing of things. You and Ellen did a pretty good job keeping the ship afloat
We did.
while I was gone.
Worked out really nicely, I'd say.
Yeah, and I edited the Tiny Horrors episode, so it was really fun to edit an episode I wasn't part of.
Yeah.
That's always a treat.
That's cool.
So I got a good listen to that, which was nice. Other news, big news, and
Yes.
Beth, you actually discovered this for us. Glom, the card game that we made in a Nice Games Jam and then sold to a publisher, is available for pre-order.
Yes.
There are two websites we found that are selling it, and we'll have links for that at nicegames.club/glom.
Yeah. You can
And
check
all
that
that'll
out
be in the
there.
show notes as well.
Mhm.
We're very, very excited. It's going to be out this summer, maybe this fall. And we sort of knew that timeline, but we didn't know they put it up for pre-order yet.
Yeah.
So now we can start hyping it.
Sweet.
But yeah, Beth, you were just asking for a copy of the game to demo at Minibar,
Yep.
which is coming up. And so why did you just Google searched it?
I just Googled it, yeah. I mean, it wasn't the first hit. I'll have to admit that. There
Yeah,
was
I
a lot
know.
of glooms because
Uh-huh.
if you search for Glom, it thinks you mean gloom because that's a big game, I guess.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was there.
Yeah.
Oh, that's neat. I wonder if Mark knows that.
I didn't.
And you said, no,
Yeah.
what's that?
Okay. So
Yeah.
the big news of the day, Beth and Andy are back. This is your fourth appearance as a team.
Yes.
Beth, you've been on the show one extra time.
You might have been the most frequent guest we've had on the show.
I bet that's true, yeah.
It's possible, yeah.
We'll put those in the show notes so people can get the full Beth and Andy cinematic universe.
Back-to-back viewing.
You were our first interview, episode 2. We talked about Steam Greenlight, which is hilarious.
Rest
Yeah.
in peace.
And then we said, hey, let's have them back for episode 102. That's a fun thing. So we did that, where you talked about Verdant Skies in one of our video episodes. And then we said, okay, let's have them back for episode 202. And we missed that. We had you episode 204.
Yeah.
Pretty close.
That's
Pretty close.
close.
But it became a tradition, even if it wasn't quite on the nose. And in the grand spirit of that tradition, you're back here on episode 301.
Yes.
Perfect.
So,
Just a little early then.
yeah. We're still, if you average it all out, we're still off by 1.
Yep.
So if we do 401 next time,
We'll be back on
all will be
target.
right with the world.
Perfect.
All right.
And then we can get back onto the O2s,
Yes.
in 4 years from now.
Wow.
But yeah, also, Beth, you were on, we interviewed you solo about narrative design in episode 132,
Oh,
which was like 3 years ago.
I believe you.
Yeah.
I don't remember that though.
I had to use the website search function to just double check that I caught them all. Because, yeah, now that we're at 300 and past it, I don't remember all the episodes.
There's so
now.
many episodes, y'all. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
So yes, we've done game jams in the past. Listeners, I assume are familiar with it, but if you are not, we try to create. I did this in the intro, but it was really fast. So
Yeah.
we try to make a game within an hour. Ellen is in a meeting, but has given us a prompt.
Yes.
Which is-
She and Dale worked on it together.
Yes,
And
Sealed
they're very
envelope.
excited about it.
it's fancy this time. We don't normally have an envelope. It's normally Dale just sends me a DM or something, and I just can't look at it until we actually look at the prompt.
Get that right up to the mic so they can hear you unseal
Oh,
it.
Tape.
okay. Let's do this. Taking the tape off. Oh, the paper noises. Okay. Create a game about patching potholes that Gabe would have fun playing. Oh, gotta make a game
Topical.
for y'all's son.
Okay.
Oh,
So yeah, a lot of potholes now that the snow is gone.
Yeah.
lots of potholes left in the city. A game that Gabe would like to play. Gabe is your son,
Yep.
Yeah.
who
Yes.
has been on the show a couple of times when you were here. He is currently out in the office watching Star Trek.
yep.
Uh,
6 years old, so you're targeting a 6-year-old.
yeah,
Yes.
yeah,
He's almost 7.
That's true.
Ooh.
Real close.
Real
Oh, that
close.
changes things.
yeah. I always think of him as the exact same age as the show, but he's a little older than the show.
But very close.
Yeah.
I do track it that way.
I have a very strong memory of that first time, and just how much he fell in love with Martha.
Yeah.
Yes.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, good times. Okay, so how do we start with this? So, civil engineering is our game prompt.
Yeah.
But for 7-year-olds.
So there's a couple of questions. I mean, in the history of these, we tend to have like categories. So we either do board games or we do like game design documents for things that might be video games.
Yeah.
Sure.
And then the other thing is like, is it going to be competitive or cooperative or I guess single player? Although we haven't done many of those.
Yeah, that's true.
Thoughts?
He's pretty big on video games.
He is
Okay.
pretty big on video games. They're pretty much always a hit.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I think there's a lot of potential for board game.
There is.
Options.
Yeah.
Okay.
And he's old enough now that he's not going to swallow any of the pieces.
Right.
At least,
That's good
I mean,
know.
maybe in protest, but
No, he'd try to make you swallow them.
Oh, that's hilarious.
No, he's a good kid. Just in case anyone hasn't met him, he's actually a good kid. I can make those jokes because you guys know him.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm kind of leaning towards board game because
I am too, because I like the idea of there being like a road and then potholes in the road that lends itself very naturally to a board
Yes,
game.
and this is a road, quote unquote, for Gabe to get into board games. Aha.
Oh.
Classic.
Oh yeah,
That's
Puns.
true. I mean, as the designers of this game now, you can, we're gonna be giving this to Gabe to play. It's gonna be we're gonna have to have him judge it.
Oh yeah.
This is also your opportunity to get him interested in board game or certain types of mechanics.
Sure.
If you have any designs on that, as some parents are, really love like guiding their children's likes and interests. My understanding is it's generally futile.
It is.
It's worth a shot, but
Yeah.
yeah.
You can try.
Right.
Try.
We got our prototyping kit.
Yep.
Got the white box. Lots of pieces, lots of die, lots of other things.
Mm-hmm.
We got our French deck of cards,
Right.
which I cannot understand, but Mark is here to translate.
Uh-huh.
That's not helping. Okay, let's think. What we need to fix potholes, right?
Is that the prompt is? It's about patching. Yeah. So fixing potholes.
Yes.
So
not-
are we limited to this stuff in here?
No. We can. I mean, certainly, if we're interested in prototyping or doing a playtest during the show, it helps just to limit ourselves to what's in the room.
Yes.
But our imaginations can go past that, and we can just sort of like work that out.
That being
Because I
said,
instantly went to Play-Doh or something for him to actually pound into something.
oh, that's cool.
That's
Okay.
kind of brilliant.
I love that. Okay,
Because he likes, smashing things.
Yeah.
And that would be like the tactile thing's good for young
that'd be
kids.
a safe way of doing it.
And Play-Doh they can play with.
Yeah.
Without, I mean, if
Okay.
they eat it, it just tastes gross, right? So.
Yeah.
Okay, that is. Oh, there's a whole category of board game which is really like play objects, right?
Yeah.
Mousetrap or like or Operation, things that are physical.
Yeah, he
they aren't
really
just the
likes those
rules.
board games that have like the little gemstones and stuff. Like he gets into like Don't Break the Ice, like because it's got a hammer and
That's
little
a good
ice
game.
cubes and stuff.
Yeah.
You're
That's a good
right.
game.
Yeah. So
Okay.
I definitely think that some items to play with is
Nice. I really like this. I'm thinking of like there's like those vacuum form board games, like Escape from Treasure Island or something like that, or Fire Island or Volcano Island or something like that. You know what I'm talking about? Where you like roll marbles down a track and it's this like vacuum formed kind of terrain.
Okay. Yeah,
I'm thinking
pre-laid
like
out terrain.
pieces of that are potholes that you would literally, patch up.
Yeah. I do really like the idea of filling or covering holes with game pieces,
Yeah.
filling them with the Play-Doh, something like that.
That's how I was imagining it too.
Yeah.
Well, when you brought up that racing thing, I was thinking, like, what if you were like strategic with the potholes you fixed?
Right.
Oh, okay. Like you're trying to clear a path for someone to get through quickly.
I mean, it could be like a game of marbles or whatever, where you just roll things down the hill or whatever.
Yeah.
But
Somebody
then they'll
wins
get
first.
caught up in the potholes.
Yes,
Oh, that's
but
really
like
good.
so you could
Pretty good.
so you can cover up. You have like 3 Play-Doh pothole covers or whatever, and
Yeah.
you can put 3 of them down in any place.
Well, it's just you have a limited amount of Play-Doh.
yes.
Right? And you need
Sure.
you need to use it strategically. You can fill a hole completely or like not completely
Oh,
to
yeah.
save some for the next
Yeah,
one.
that's nice. I like that too.
Right?
Yeah.
I like that.
Okay. So we're not going to be able to prototype the physicality of this, but we can certainly draw it out
Yes.
and lay it out, and then just sort of we can leave the QA testing for the if it works properly to outside the scope of this episode.
yeah. Do we have marbles?
Well, no, but my point is that we don't.
I know, but I just want to play with marbles now.
Oh, I see. What we actually don't have is like a pad and paper,
Oh,
like a
yeah.
pad
Oh.
pencil. But
you told me no prep. I came with 0 things
no,
except my
no.
water.
This is on us completely.
Yep.
But it might be fun to draw out terrain. But we can use the pieces we have to do that.
Yeah, that's fine.
Should be all right. That is, I think listeners will recognize that's like a feature of nice games jam is like we need to also like try to like make the process as efficient as possible to fit within the episode, which is not normally a game jam concern. A lot of times you can just run out to Target to get the stuff you need.
Right.
If you're trying to do something like this. But I also want to make sure we're not constraining ourselves with the things we have. Okay, so we have some sort of terrain, I guess a downhill, because we're going to be rolling marbles down it, whether that twists or turns, whatever. It's going to be, it'll have like physical potholes that you'll fill in with Play-Doh. It'll either be like the same each time, or it'll be like maybe like little tiles.
Interchangeable sections.
I would like
Yeah,
the
like
tiles,
that.
like one of those games where you get like the stack of like tiles, and then you like pick 10 and you put them in the board, kind of thing.
Yeah, so there's some randomness for replayability. I think the actual this is going to be an expensive board game, and I don't care. Okay, so is it? Do we have like? Is it sort of co-op? Do we have a someone who drops the marbles versus someone who fills the holes? Is it one-on-one, or is it a board game 4 people can play?
I kind of like the co-op aspect, but if it's not co-op, it seems like the mechanic you'd aim towards would be, which player can get their marble the furthest down their track. So you're maybe making decisions like, I could fill in this pothole, but it would help my opponent. So instead, I want to fill in this pothole, which will get me further, but not them.
Oh, okay.
So that's an interesting.
Right, because there's 2 ways to do that. Everyone can have their own track, or they could all be on the same track, but then something influences either they start from a different place or twists and turns.
The tracks intersect or something like that. So
right.
like I've got the red marble, you've got the blue marble. We've got our designated starting points, and which of us can get further down the track with our limited amount of pothole filler.
Okay, I like that.
So I like the idea of it being slightly competitive in that, have you seen all of the city postings about the potholes and how the people on the north side are like, why would you patch the potholes on the south side? Ours are so much worse. I want something about like that to be somehow involved in here, like some kind of cards or
The
something that you can,
municipal-
I like the city
that you can
setting,
get
yeah.
more
Yeah.
pothole filler or something.
So each player represents a different neighborhood,
Mm-hmm.
perhaps.
Yeah, I like that.
Okay. I think that also that removes the burden a little bit on. So it's not necessarily that it's your marble down a track; it's your section of of town, and then maybe at the end a bunch of marbles go, and that just represents traffic.
Oh, okay,
or something.
yeah.
Sure.
And you want the most marbles to go down your area or whatever, and maybe that passes through someone else's area. But it's not as complicated as sort of interweaving interacting paths, which I think would be something we would probably just trust would work, but not be able to design it. But yeah, I do like that. I like the prep stage. You're prepping your path, and then each player goes and they drop 10 marbles down, and then you say, I got 7. 3 of them got stuck, but 7 of them made it down. Oh, and you can decide where to drop them. And maybe you drop them in just the best parts of town, but you only get points if it goes through your part of town or something like that.
Oh, that's interesting.
So it's sort of there's some complication to, like, you want to get the most of your traffic through, but also you want the most traffic to go through your area.
That's interesting.
Maybe that's a little too complicated.
Yeah, I'm trying to think how you would keep track of which marbles went through your neighborhood. Like if it's...
Yeah, I was imagining, in this scenario, everyone having their own separate neighborhood track.
Right. So that does, yeah.
Non-intersecting.
So if everybody gets their own board,
Yep.
in a way, is what you're saying?
Yeah.
And so where's the like competition? Like, I'm thinking like you get one can of Play-Doh, right? And like we parcel it out into like 4 little balls or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep.
How do we like get more from someone else or something? Like, I'm thinking like those community chest cards and stuff that always like screw you over. Like,
right. Right, because I think we're now getting into the point of like, what is actually the moment to play?
Right.
Yeah.
What does a turn look like?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, see, then we've got the like, I drew a card, and it's like, I'm going to swap one of my tiles with Steven's. So I'll take a tile that I have lots of potholes in and take one of Steven's tiles.
Ooh.
Something like that. So
Okay.
that lets us have separate tracks.
So like
still
competitive
interact.
resource management.
Yeah,
in a way.
Yeah. That's interesting.
Yeah. I think we should nail down what the board is.
Yeah.
Because that'll start to
That'll help.
I was thinking earlier, like, we don't have to decide exactly, but now I'm thinking all the other decisions will have to flow from that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so things still gonna have to roll downhill because we're still using marbles, right?
Mm-hmm.
Everything rolls downhill, Mark.
So maybe what we have is a frame that has like City Hall in the middle, and it's like a pyramid, so it goes down in all directions, right? And then each quadrant would be a player. Maybe it only needs to be 3, and then those sections would sort of belong to each of the players, and then you fill them in with the various tiles, which that's the resource stars. You collect them in front of you, and then there's like a different mode of the game, or maybe after each everyone does a turn, then you start building, and then you go back to another mode of the game or something like that.
Okay.
That sound all right?
I like that. I like that, like, build.
Mm-hmm.
And then the end is where you see how well you did.
Yeah.
Like the point collection, right?
I mean, we could, if we choose to, we could have a phase for selecting tiles, placing tiles, then, filling the potholes is a separate phase.
Yeah.
If there's cards that are played to interact with the other players' constructions or not, like, those are all options at this point, I think.
Oh, this is really good, too, because then you can have, as you build your thing, you're kind of building the maze.
Yeah.
So you want to, it's like, I need an L-shaped path here, but the only ones available in the pool or ones I can take from other players have a bunch of potholes, which means I need to, in the next round, make sure I fill them. So there's some like, each stage gives you new constraints that you need to resolve in the stage afterwards.
I like it.
Okay. So we're done then.
All right, let's pack it up. How many minutes?
No, it does kind of feel very like I can see the whole game. I can't quite express it yet.
Okay, well, explain it to me again, because I didn't finish writing down the rules.
Okay. Okay, so all right. So there's kind of a grid of some kind with where you can put down parts of terrain, roads, I guess, and everything starts in the center where there's like sort of a city hall or government plaza or something.
Okay.
And at sort of the top of a pyramid, basically. And then each quadrant is a side of the pyramid that each player can fill in with the various pieces. And then those pieces are just, I guess, city blocks, or there's something that have paths on them that the marbles can go down, and they could be interchangeable, so they could go anywhere in there.
Okay.
Some method of tiling. And then some of them will have potholes, some of them won't. Some of them will have like interesting obstacles. Some of them will be kind of just like narrow streets, or like a Lombard street or something. That like if a marble's going too quick, it'll bounce off it or something. So you want to put that in an area where the marble is slower, or things like that, basically.
Yeah.
A bunch of different types of tiles. And then the player also will then be allocated a certain amount of Play-Doh to fill the potholes with. And that either is everyone gets the same at the start of the game, or through some part they build up their cash, perhaps.
The tiles cost. You have a pool, right? And so
Okay.
each tile, like there's a cost on the tiles, right? So like the ones that are the one way, like really, if you
Yeah.
go too fast, that's like a cheaper one. But then there's like the really nice block that's like this straight or whatever kind of thing.
Right, it's like straight down.
Yep.
So it'll get you faster as well. That's the expensive one.
So
And
you
then
have
also-
to budget,
Yeah.
knowing you're going to have to patch the potholes. Wow, that's a lot of peas.
And, and then the Play-Doh either also costs or is the currency.
Oh,
Oh,
is the current
Because it's dough, right?
it's
Yeah.
dough.
I like it.
I mean, the only thing about that is that the physicality of actually parceling out that
Yeah.
might be it's a
Do you
little
get the scale out?
little finicky, so maybe that wouldn't be useful.
Oh, but that could be the twist. You don't know that that's the dough until you get to phase 2, right? And so you're like, oh, I have $5 left.
Yeah.
And it's like you get 5 little balls, and someone's like, I got 15, and they're like super happy.
Right? We could the game could ship with a little like ice cream scooper kind of thing that would
Measuring scoop.
would be make it into units, right?
Yep.
So you're just in front of you have a bunch of little ones that way it would be easy to parcel out rather than scooping from a big chunk or something. And so everyone starts with the same amount, I guess. And that's just the one currency. It fills potholes, but it also pays for things.
Because then you can buy squares from other people, right? You're like, I really like
Yeah.
that tile. Can I please have it for 2 pothole fillers?
Right.
Wheeling and dealing Monopoly style. Huh?
Yeah.
Okay. That's pretty good. All right.
Okay, so if you use the Play-Doh as currency, but you also use it to fill in potholes?
Well, you know, the
and
idea.
then you can actually break off portions of it, I guess, in that
No,
point.
yeah,
So
that all makes sense.
yeah.
Well,
I wouldn't go that far, but
well.
the idea of the roadways having like a price on them,
Yeah.
to me, that would be like their victory point value. Right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
you've picked a challenging roadway, it's got more victory points. Whereas you're like, oh, I'm almost out of pothole filler. I'm going to pick the straight road that doesn't have any potholes in it, and it's only worth 1 victory point.
Oh.
But this curvy pothole.
Oh, okay,
and
got it.
The
Okay.
victory point, this might be a little hard to keep track of, but I think it might be worth it, which is that when you drop a marble and a marble passes through it, you get those points,
Sure.
right? And so that's just going to have to be like everyone just pay it. You do one at a time.
So if your
and-
marble makes it all the way to the end, you just add them all up. And
Yeah. Now, this could also be something where we could have the marbles could be conductive, and we could have 2,
Whoa.
pogo pins at the beginning and end of each one, and you could actually make this an electronic board game where it would actually close a circuit and tally up your points. So it's doable. You don't have to have kids paying attention.
All right, so the tiles that you purchase with the Play-Doh, I know I'm still
Steven's
on
so
there.
lost.
I am I'm trying to take
Well,
the
you know,
notes.
Steven's trying to take notes. I pity
Yeah.
Steven for that because that is hard
Yeah.
to like pay
I'm
attention
actually,
and type.
Normally, how these game jams go is I forget to take notes to the last minute, and then we figure it all out.
Yeah.
But now I'm trying to do it in the spur of the moment. It's not working. What my question is though is how expensive are the difficult tiles versus the non-difficult tiles? Like the easy tiles, are they worth 1 or are they worth 3? I guess. And
Yeah.
the difficult tiles, are they worth 1 or are they worth 3?
I'm not thinking about the economy of this at all yet.
Oh well, heck. You know that's where my mind
Andy's
goes.
real
is
good
the
at
numbers.
that.
Yeah. This is for Andy and Steven
Come
to
on.
work out of the spreadsheet
Balance it,
together
guys.
with.
yeah, I mean, I kind of like the idea of the currency only being as pothole filler. So its
Okay.
only value is pothole filler. I could be talked out of that, probably.
So you can just get any tiles you want though.
So I don't know. We could do either you're picking the tile that you've got the pool of tiles.
yes.
You know, I kind of like the draw tile thing, right? So
Okay.
so you've got
Drafting
5
system.
tiles in front of you.
Yep.
You pick the one you like, and then it gets blindly replaced from the pool.
Oh,
Sure.
okay.
Okay.
So
Yeah, that reduces sort of choice paralysis. Yeah.
right, you've got a reasonable amount of choices.
Right.
But it's still interesting because you're like, oh, there's not the perfect tile for me. I've got to pick,
Right.
Yeah.
a good tile. What's the best one?
And maybe some tiles could be bigger than others, so that like if one tile is like 2 units long.
Yeah.
It takes up, there's 5 slots, right? And so it would take up 2 of those slots. And when you select that, then you draw the next one, and if it's only 1, then you draw. There's some sort of like strategicness as to what you pick governs what is available to the next player.
Right.
Okay, I like that.
Well, yeah, I mean, yeah, in any drafting system, and you pick a tile, you're denying other people that tile. So,
Yeah.
there's always that strategy as well. I imagine there could be a situation where somebody's picked, I don't know, I guess a tile that like connects in a way that makes this path really easy, but you're like, no, I don't want you to have this particular tile that would make this even easier for you, so you take that
Right,
tile.
it's not that useful to you, but
Yeah.
it's
You
yeah.
just
But
wanna
it would mess
design
them
it.
up.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, that's good. Emergent strategic
Yeah.
behaviors that
It's
we
kinda
don't
hard
have to
for
know
me-
all about yet.
Yeah,
but-
it's hard for me to imagine a situation in which you're picking a tile that specifically prevents somebody else from benefiting dramatically. But I'm having a hard time envisioning it because I'm still trying to take notes. So,
Yeah, I think there's so much about this that like would need to be figured out.
Yes.
That is outside the scope of our design here.
right.
But
Absolutely.
I'm just assuming it will all get figured, like how these things all fit together. On an area which is essentially a triangle.
Yeah.
may
Yeah.
not make a lot of sense initially, but we can worry about that another time.
Yeah.
Okay, so currency is it's just you just have the dough to fill the potholes. So we're losing the dough metaphor, which is a fun joke, but maybe a little bit too much of a stretch. So I'm happy to lose it. Okay.
You guys, we made a game.
Steven, how did Ellen get back in here?
I don't know. She broke in.
How'd your meeting go?
It's a meeting. Business happened.
Business happened. Nice.
Business happened. I don't have to do anything. I have no action items from the meeting.
Yeah.
Nice. So that's the best kind.
So what are you doing here then?
I want to talk about Glom.
Oh, Glom.
Glom is a game. Glom is a game that we made.
We did.
Do you remember?
I do.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's a good time.
And not only did we make it, but we also worked with Peter to get a publisher to pick it up.
Yes, right.
And that publisher is publishing it. And it's coming out this year.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Not only is it coming out this year, but we just heard that they have like pages up for it and you can pre-order it. What?
Ooh.
I know.
If I were a person who was all excited about all this,
Yeah.
not saying that I am, but if I was,
Yep.
Right.
how would I be able to pre-order this?
Well, you go to nicegames.club/glom.
Yeah?
Yeah. GLOM.
Nice.
That's how you spell glom.
Huh?
That's how you spell glom.
Great. Cut. That's it.
Did that sell it?
So,
Okay, so the scoring system is the tiles all have a certain amount of points on them, or each tile is worth 1 point?
each tile has victory points that you earn when a marble passes through it.
Right, but
1, 2, or 3.
okay.
Challenging that tile.
Right, and that could either
Whatever
be
that means.
because it's really challenging because it's likely that a marble will roll off of it, or it's really challenging because it's likely that a marble gets stuck, or it's really challenging because it has a ton of potholes and therefore you need to use a lot of your pothole filler to make it, usable. But in which case it's then now easy to get through, so stuff like that.
I mean, yeah, the amount of potholes that a tile has,
Yeah.
things like that. Yeah, like you're saying.
1, 2, or 3 feels pretty good. Then it's not so it's not this enormous, wildly swinging economy of like 1 to 10 or something. Like that.
250.
Especially if you want a 7-year-old to count their score.
Right. Well, I think I want to make this electronic board game. As long as our budget is unlimited, I think that would be really fun to have it automatically track as it goes down.
That would
You're on your way to another published game because these kind of games, have you been to the store recently and seen what's on those
No,
shelves?
I'm not.
This could go.
If you sell it as an educational game, there's no limit to the price parents will pay.
Okay, that's our next.
Yep.
game.
Yeah.
Just call
No,
it Civil Engineering 101 or
Yep,
something.
yep.
And
Yeah, I think I mean, my aim for a lot of these things is always to have some sort of like some applicable either moral or teaching. It could be slight. That might be a tall order for this, but if nothing else, to teach about like budgeting and just the thematic element of like cities need
Need
civic
maintenance.
engagement and budgeting.
Yeah.
Like that's enough, I guess.
There's always more potholes than you have filler for.
Yeah. I mean, that can be something we make sure is we can,
Life
tweak the
lesson.
engineering of it so it's always that way.
Yeah. So each person gets the same amount of Play-Doh?
I think so.
Then each person is only allowed to use Play-Doh on their quadrant?
Oh, there could be some sabotage, is what you're saying.
That was not what I was implying, but that's
That's what Steven was saying for sure.
Sure.
I just imagine this now being a square, right? Like 4 sides.
Yeah.
Yeah.
With the thing on top and on a spinner thing. So
Yes,
you could be like,
yes.
nope, turn 1 time to the right or whatever. And then I inherit Steven's board.
Oh, I was thinking just to get spin it around so you can kind of see what's going on. But I like that like the spinning is a move you make.
Kind of like the
Interesting.
Uno Reverso kind of thing, right?
Yeah.
No reverse card.
And
yeah.
as long as we're tracking each of these tiles, electronically,
Yeah.
you could also, have a way to govern who controls each stretch of road or whatever. Or it could be that the marble, once it gets to the bottom, it's like Plinko. It gets into your bin at the bottom, and so it doesn't matter how it gets there,
Oh, sure.
right? But the points it collects along the way, you get
Oh.
if it lands in your spot. So, like there could be a fork in the road. Could be a plate, but then now you're 50-50. It could go one way or the other.
Yeah.
And wherever it lands gets the points of that and all the preceding and following. And then that also makes the rotating make a lot of sense because you can rotate on your turn and you're only allowed to place things in the area in front of you, right?
Sure.
And a
I
move could be
see.
also
Okay.
swapping or moving or
Yeah.
reconfiguring.
Okay. So you could save your Play-Doh for a situation in which you get the quadrant you want, I guess, instead of patching up a thing and then somebody taking up all of that you patched up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
But also, if you can remove tiles off the board, then anyone who puts Play-Doh in those, it's now wasted,
Oh.
right?
Yeah.
So there's some strategic elements to that as well.
Yeah. Boy, if only city building was this simple. Interesting. Okay.
Okay, so did everyone like that idea of where the ball ends determines who gets those points?
It makes it more random.
Andy doesn't like random.
Yeah. Well, that
I'm getting a little bit of a Munchkin feel
Yeah.
out of it,
well, but the thing is it's only random insofar that you still have control over what the paths are,
Sure.
right? So you want to, but everybody else could. Yeah, it's a little bit. I see what you're saying, but that's the interaction between players, I think.
Yeah, I think a lot of it boils down to what is the mechanic for rotating the board and doing a total
Yeah,
Right.
that's
district
true.
swapper.
Yeah, I guess my conception, if this is the way we go, is that you can rotate it, but that you're only allowed to interact with the things in front of you.
Yep.
But on the bottom, all around the bottom, it just alternates colors between the 4 players, all the sort of ending spots.
Okay.
So you're always able to impact a couple of your ending spots, and also some of other people's as well.
Does that make it so that sometimes paths that you created just there no marbles will go through? Because I think part of the fun of this might be making a path, patching up some of the holes and hoping that your marble goes through and seeing that happen.
Yeah.
And the marble randomly going to a different path and you not being able to see your a marble go through it to see what you did, if what you did worked, is going to be disappointing, I think. Does that make sense?
When is that ever going to happen?
If because marbles will go down 1 or 2 paths, right? What if they just always go down 2 and they never go down 1?
Well, then you then on your turn you would change a piece,
Oh, I see.
right?
Oh, I see.
Oh,
So you're not
so-
establishing a path. The paths are just changing over time.
Well, if you establish, but then you can start. You can either, let's say it. If you have, I don't want to do an action points economy or anything like
Yeah.
that. But let's say it's more costly in some manner. Maybe you have to skip a turn or something. But you can place a tile in your in your inventory, or you can swap. You could do one or the other.
Okay.
Or you could remove,
Yeah.
those would be different actions that would either be.
I kind of like the action economy, though.
Yeah?
You can spin it. You can replace the
Yeah,
tile.
right.
You can drop a marble.
Oh, I love that.
Oh.
Sure,
Or you
sure.
can fill a pothole. So,
Yep.
okay, all right. So everyone has 3 action points.
Okay.
And all the things you can do cost a certain number of action points.
Wait.
That way there's not phases. There's just everyone gets a turn.
Oh, I like the idea of it just being you pick one thing to do. But I guess each thing would have a certain amount.
Yeah. It makes the action economy okay if there's not a bunch of different phases. If it's just like
No, I
your
agree
points
with
to
that.
spend, yeah.
What I'm saying is that like if you just pick one thing, then you don't have to think about I have 3 points and spinning the thing costs 3 points versus putting a new tile costs 2 points. You know,
Yeah, no,
I would just have
one-
them each be an action.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah. Like you get 3 actions, they're all 1 point.
Okay.
Oh, sure. Okay, 3 actions.
And then you might like, oh, this is perfect. I'm just going to drop 3 marbles and collect my cash.
Yeah.
Or you might
Like
say,
that.
oh yeah, I'm going to do like these 2 moves, and now I'm happy with the board, and I'll drop a marble.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I like that. Then it doesn't necessarily have to. We don't even have to keep track of like where the thing ends up necessarily. It can just be when dropping a marble, you just collect points.
Yeah.
Wherever it goes. Okay, I like that.
Right. And I think that jives pretty well with like, you know, a game like Dominion, right? Where at the beginning of the game you're focusing on building up your deck. You're contributing to your future economy. And then at the end of the game, you're like, I don't care what's in my deck, all I'm trying to do is score victory points.
Right.
So that's analogous here because all you're doing at the end, okay, like this is end game now. I'm going to be dropping as many marbles as I can to try to get the points I want out
That's
of the end
fun.
of it.
Okay.
What were the actions? Rotate board, drop marble, place.
Place
Tile.
or swap a tile.
Okay, place
Yeah.
or swap a tile, and then
Fill a pothole.
Fill a pot.
fill a pothole. Yeah.
You know.
Might be fun.
And I think the one restriction is that you can only do the things that are in front of you, and that's why you would want to rotate.
Okay. Yeah.
And you rotate it like a full 90 degrees or something.
Right. And so the
Sure.
points you get are not based off of what marbles go through your track. It's where they end up.
Right. There is no your track anymore.
Okay.
There's just how. So when you drop a marble, you want it to basically go through as many tiles as possible, and make it to the end. Right. If it falls off or something, then you get no points.
Right.
Um,
That's a crash.
right.
So if Steven makes a really kick butt track,
Yeah.
I'm gonna spin it and drop 2 marbles. Right?
Sure,
like,
yeah.
do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Well, actually, what's kind of fun about that is it becomes a very high scoring game.
Uh-huh.
Which is just enjoyable. It could also mean that, like, for kids, if you're not doing that well, your strategic element could just be
Always spin, take the other person's board and then
Right.
play off that.
right. So there needs to be some balance to make sure that's not there's no leeching a play style. But that's okay. We can figure that out. I think it's
You
to keep
can
that in
only
mind.
spin once, or you can only drop. Yeah.
Right, like, or maybe when you drop a marble, it ends your turn. So you can only ever drop at most 1.
Okay.
But
that's not too complicated. in
Yeah,
terms
but I
of the
did
action
like
economy.
the idea that Andy was proposing, where like, you know, if you're at
Multiple.
end game, you put a bunch of marbles down because you're like,
Yeah.
I'm getting to the point where it's like it's high scoring now.
Yeah,
I think that is
I
satisfying.
think
yeah, that does seem fun.
Yeah.
some of that might be like, oh, you can only rotate it in one direction. You can only rotate to the left when you choose.
Oh,
the
okay,
left
yeah.
That kind of mitigates.
You're not
or-
having a bunch of fighting back and forth between 2 players.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
That's
what you don't want to create is like, okay, we're only working on one of the 4 tracks, and everybody's first thing is to rotate it 1 to the left so they can work on the good track, and then
Right.
the other 3 tracks languish.
Yeah. Well, then there's if that does start happening, a player. I mean, it could just happen, but then a player could try to, for their own benefit, rotate it once more to throw everybody off the rhythm. You know.
Sure.
I'm going to rotate twice.
I guess maybe the answer is play proceeds to the left, but the board only rotates in the opposite direction.
Yeah,
Ooh,
that's great. I like that a
Oh.
lot.
I
Yep.
like that.
Yeah, because it does prevent that. Yeah.
At least with 3 or 4 players, it prevents it. With 2 players, I guess it's unpreventable.
Yeah.
Well, with 2 players, you're going to have 2 blank sides.
Well, no,
or 1
Oh,
blank
I
side.
guess I assumed you would go past the blank sides.
no. There wouldn't be blank
Oh.
sides. You just rotate it once, and now it's a side
And
you
now
can
it's a
use.
new side.
Okay.
It would just
So-
be a longer
Interesting.
game.
Right. It would. Right. Yeah. I think that's self-balancing. Even with 3 players, there's just one gap, but that gap is always going to be in
Is
front of people
Just going to be somebody
eventually. Yeah.
thing, yeah.
Because there's no one owns any of the sides. So, yeah, I think that's a really good rule. Is that whichever way play proceeds, the board only goes the other way. Because then you can use, if you only have 3 actions, you can't. You could rotate it 3 times, but then nothing else. So it's not that useful to get to the side you want. But you can rotate it twice if you really want the one that's 2 away, and then just roll 1 marble. Or you could rotate it once and do 2 marbles, even though it's kind of a crappier route. So there's lots of choices.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, very cool.
How does the game end?
It never does.
You're here for it.
I think it's
Until
one of
someone
those
gets
things
upset and flips the table.
when the kid starts eating the Play-Doh. Isn't there like it's like after 10 rounds kinds of like, rules?
Yeah.
Probably a round tracker.
You know what? Yeah, round tracker's good. I think thematically it should be related to like pothole season.
Yeah.
So like when winter starts,
Right.
that's when the game ends, right?
So you have a little track where you're like, this is January, this
Yep.
is February.
and that's just what each turn represents a month or something, just
Yeah.
thematically.
Sure. Yeah.
That's fun.
I like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I like it. Then like thematically, it's 4 different neighborhoods. Nobody owns the neighborhood, and
Right.
you're like 4 different construction companies or something like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah,
maybe.
yeah.
And you're getting your credit for each each marble that you roll down represents well upon your company.
Yeah. There's a little bit of a disconnect between like the traffic and then the person who builds, because you may be sending some traffic through some else's, but it's your turn, so you get the points.
Right.
But I'm totally comfortable with that.
It's
Like,
kind of
I don't
like
mind
when those
that being
trucks
kind
come
of
through
broken
the
a little bit.
neighborhood after the storm.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, there's 6 of the evergreen company
Mm-hmm.
picking up trees, and there's 2 of the. It's that kind of thing.
Yeah, I like it. All right, here's my big question for
Yeah.
everyone. Once you've played the game and you've filled all the potholes with Play-Doh, how do you get the Play-Doh out of the potholes?
Well,
very good question.
so have you ever played with the little extruder Play-Doh thing that
Oh
Gabe's
yeah,
got?
you just push it through a plate and all of it.
Yep.
it
You
pops
just
right out.
you just slide something down and it just pushes it all out.
I think that's what you got to do. You got to have like a little.
I like it.
extruder.
Yeah, the physical constraints of this, I think, are numerous. But that's problem for product designers
Yes.
to solve. That can be us later or never.
I mean the lame solution is you put a cube in the cube-shaped pothole. And
Yeah, and that is a way you could do it, but I don't want to give up on the
that's
fun.
Right, that's the giving
Yeah.
up on the fun for the practical.
Right. Plus, there's
Experience.
I think the thing that excited me most, Beth, when you proposed it, is like you could almost fill the pothole and save some of your Play-Doh.
Yeah.
And that feels very municipal budgeting.
Yeah. Oh, there's a lot of holes there. We're just gonna have.
Yeah. Or you know what?
It'll roll over.
Because of the way the track is, I know the marble's going to be leaning up against the outer rim of this one. I'm only going to fill this half of the pothole.
We don't really need
Yeah,
this
yeah, yeah.
pothole filled.
I mean, I think the other concern is like marbles down a track. Like those potholes, are they really going to stop the marbles? But we'll just assume they do, and it'll be designed in a way that they would. They could be enormous potholes, right? They could be. I mean, they could be. The way it could be just like really breaking up big chunks of the road. It could be exaggerated in terms of the scale of it. As long as it would actually send the marbles.
Well, I
flying.
saw a picture of a bus in Minneapolis where the bus basically fell in the pothole, and it was like up to the axle.
Yeah.
So yes,
Yikes. I just saw today in South Minneapolis, there's a big sinkhole opened up.
Oh my
And
goodness.
it just
8 foot deep. They said.
Yeah, you can see it's right near a manhole cover, so you can see the tube down to the sewer. Like it's just this big cavity all around it. It's
my goodness.
incredible.
Oh.
Yeah, we'll put the picture of that in the show notes because oh boy.
Yep.
Yeah, that's scary.
Yeah, it's the kind of thing you see someone you're like, I hope it's not like, oh, I hope no one fell. It's I hope no one got lost down there.
Right.
That's how. Yeah. Any outstanding concerns or issues?
Let me read out the rules that I've typed up because I'm sure I've missed half of them.
Yeah. Just because like we're at 40 minutes, which is like we've really gone through this quick.
we have. What the heck?
Yeah.
This is rare.
Professional game designers.
We're usually struggling. I think part of this is because we don't have the capacity to playtest this. So that usually a lot of times takes up the back half of the episode.
Right, but also, like as Beth was saying, the courts are professionals.
That's true.
Okay, grid where you put down terrain. Everything starts in the center. City Hall. It's a hill. What is that note? That was my first note.
It is, I think, what I said. So
Almost verbatim marks.
Yeah.
That's where you
kind of on me.
put the marbles.
Mhm.
They roll down the hill. Okay, each quadrant is a side of the pyramid. There is some method of tiling for the players to put pieces down to determine how the marbles will travel in that area. Players also get a bit of Play-Doh to fill up potholes. When a marble passes through a tile, you get its points. No, it's not accurate. When a marble passes through a tile, the player where that marble ends up gets those.
No.
Nope.
No?
No, that was my
That was
idea that we're
changed.
not doing.
Okay, so what is the rule then?
When you drop a marble,
Yes.
you get all the points that marble
Oh,
collects.
when you drop the marble, you get the
Yeah.
points. Okay,
Yep.
got it.
Okay, cool.
Okay.
So if it gets halfway down the track, what you'll be doing is just adding up the point values of the tracks until it stopped.
I think Mark said you get no points.
Or
Yeah,
you
I
get
think
no
it's got to get
points
all the
until-
way through the city.
Interesting.
How's
Right?
the electronic thing gonna
Well,
know
okay,
that?
so here's a question. When
guess
you're partway through the game and you've only got half of the tiles filled,
Yeah.
is it still an option to drop a marble?
I think so, yes, because you might want to do like a beeline for the bottom,
Sure.
but then that's not going to get a lot of points. The real high scoring ones are the slow, windy paths,
That
which
complete
takes longer
the
to
whole-
build.
Yeah.
So you could as a player, you could start going, I'm going to get points early. I'm going to build something quick and try to get it going, but everyone else has the option to use that too if they can move that in front of them. Or you could be methodical and I'm going to build this slowly, and then delayed gratification, I'll get a ton of points.
Sure. Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
Cool. 5 tiles to draft from. Pick the best one. A new one replaces it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mhm.
Each tile is worth 1, 2, or 3 points when a marble passes through. Each player does 3 actions each turn from this list. Rotate board in one direction opposite of the turn order. Drop marble, place/swap a tile, or fill a pothole.
Yeah.
Right.
You can do the same action more than once. Rotating the board happens towards the left. Play order goes towards the right. There is a turn order. Play ends when the turn count ends. Starts during a season, ends during another season. Each turn is a month. And we can create an extractor to get the Play-Doh out.
So now, is this complicated enough, or do we want to add another layer?
What do you have in mind?
Well, so I'm thinking like the what is it, Forbidden Desert, where you have different roles. So
Oh.
like maybe players have specially good skills. Maybe I'm a really good pothole filler,
Yeah.
but Andy gets to pick 2 tiles.
Okay.
Or
Sure.
Steven gets to place 2 tiles.
Or maybe
for every tile.
The traffic director gets to drop 2 marbles each time they drop a marble.
Yeah.
maybe only one player has the ability to remove tiles.
Sure.
Oh, okay.
So there has to be some maybe even alliance forming because you want to make the swap, but you can only do half the job. I don't know.
That does open doors for cooperative play, I feel like.
Yeah,
because,
it does.
you've got your different roles.
You know what? I think this would be a great game. 2 teams of 2 players, and there's one person has one skill and other person has other skill. Then there's some things both players can do, but that way there's still it's not asymmetrical exactly, but it still is varied.
Yeah.
But then you need 4 players, but that's fine.
Yeah, that's fine. Well, we
I
were
don't know.
saying that 2 players seems boring. 3 players, I mean, yeah, it just being 4 players, I think makes sense.
Yeah, I mean, it could also
it could
be a
just
variant.
be teams of 2.
Yeah,
Yeah, or teams.
Yeah, a
2
variant
teams is what I mean.
right.
Um,
But I like the idea of different
or
abilities,
variants.
but I don't know about like fully asymmetrical because I think it'd be so hard to balance
Sure.
for a game like this.
3 teams?
I know, Beth, it was your idea. If you want to,
This is a game jam, and we don't have to make this game, so we can put whatever we want on there.
That's why I was like, an extra layer.
yeah.
Also, everything is in Chrome, and flames on
Yep.
That's
on
just
the-
for if we get the stretch goal.
Right.
Oh, right.
Oh no, the stretch goal is maybe it's all carved out of wood.
Yeah,
Every one of
yeah.
the tiles is like a meticulously carved wooden tile.
Perfect.
Melissa and Doug endorsement.
Yeah. And of course, the final stretch goal is that all the tiles are made such that as you use them, they develop new potholes.
Oh, that's good. That's what? No,
I mean, if you could mechanize that, would be great.
It
but
would
I
be
can't
kind of
think of how.
interesting if you could just make your own tile somehow.
It'd be like a legacy.
It's
game.
a legacy game, and
Eventually,
it-
you'd run out of material. And you
It
have to
comes
buy a
with
new one.
drill bits, so you can drill a pothole at the end of each game in a tile.
I mean, there is something about one of your actions being like construction and that causes
This is
or,
for 7-year-olds.
or heavy traffic. Yeah, it's that. That's real.
So we make it out of cardboard instead, and you can punch out the pothole.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking though.
And then you don't need to extract Play-Doh; you just throw it away.
Yeah. Oh, that's fun.
Oh, and then you sell refill packs.
I mean, yeah, that's a market. I love it.
Perfect.
I mean, let's stick with what we got, but that's I love the ambition.
Expansion pack, yeah.
Oh, that's good. That's our show. We post show notes and such on our website, nicegames.club. Go there to find the rules of the game we made today. Visit us on Twitter and Mastodon at Nice Games Club, where Dale tweets and toots about game dev resources and everything you need to know about First Contact Day. I didn't put this in here, Mark did. But I guess you can find it.
It's an important holiday.
Sure. We like hearing from you, so tweet and toot back. Or email us, contact@nicegames.club. Nice Games Club is on Patreon. Support the show and get stuff, including ad-free episodes. Sign up at patreon.com/nicegamesclub. If you want to keep things more casual, just stop by nicegames.club/discord and say hello. Next week, we'll be talking endings and illusory attitude. But that's it for this week.
So, until we start again, remember to
Play nice.
And make nice.
Thanks for joining us for this episode of the Streets.mn podcast. This episode came to us courtesy of Nice Games Club. Check out more of their episodes on their website, nicegames.club. The music you're hearing right now is by Eric Brandt and the Urban Hillbilly Quartet. We're always looking to feature new voices on the Streets.mn podcast, so if you have ideas for future episodes, drop us a line at podcast@streets.mn. Until next time, take care.